Good day, everyone. I am Adetomiwa. So today we shall be exploring bioremediation, biodegradation, bioaccumulation, and biosorption as essential concepts in environmental cleanup. So before I move on to each of these concepts, I would like to unveil the importance of environmental cleanup. So which is simply the fact that the health of our planet Earth, depends on effective waste management and pollution control. So and for everyone to be carried along in the course of this presentation, so I would like to share my point of the concept that encompasses all, that is bioremediation. So it's a process that utilizes microorganisms, plants, or even their enzymes to degrade or transform contaminants into less harmful substances. So we have areas of organisms that could be employed as in that are usually involved in bioremediation. We have plants. So in the course of using plants, we refer to that one as phytoremediation. So we also have bacteria, use of bacteria, fungi, and as well as algae. So we have various types of bioremediation. So and it's depending on the location of action. So we have in situ or on situ or ex situ. So when it is in situ, it simply implies on site. That is the types of pollution. So whereas we could have the ex situ as well, that is away from the site of pollution. So we could also have biostimulation and bioaugmentation. So that is the enhanced form of the natural form of bioremediation. So when it is biostimulation, it simply means you add some nutrients to enhance microbial action. So we could also have bioaugmentation, that is the use of non-indigenous organisms that have potential to exhibit bioremediation. So you simply employ them. So you simply add them to the bioremediation site. So that is that. So we have various ways with which that could be applied. That is bioremediation could be applied. So we could have bioremediation in the case of oil polluting land. So we could also have groundwater cleanup. So wastewater treatment, then industrial contaminant removal. So that's about bioremediation. As for biodegradation, okay, I should be able to share this. So as for biodegradation, so it's simply the breakdown of organic pollutants by microorganisms into simpler compounds. So we could have it as depending on the kind of microorganisms involved. So it could be aerobic or anaerobic. So we could also have metabolic biodegradation, that is, if intermediate compounds are being involved. So then, quickly for biodegradation, we only have the hydrogen without that of plant as we have with bioremediation. So we have various factors that help in influencing biodegradation. We have pH, temperature, oxygen levels, and the nutrients availability. So now we shall be moving on to bioaccumulation. So bioaccumulation it simply implies accumulation of pollutants within living organisms. So depending on the concentration at each level. So if it's specific to an organism, so that is actually the situation of being, as in when it is being logged up in an organism, that is accumulation. But for the fact that an organism doesn't only exist in an ecosystem, an organism interacts with other organisms in an ecosystem. So that means we having biomedication, that is when that pollutant is being transferred across the food chain. that is when it is being transferred across the food chain. So then we have biosorption. So biosorption implies the binding of pollutants into biological materials. So when we have, as in, depending on the kind of what is the pollutants we have to be, maybe dyes or heavy metals. So we need materials that can absorb these pollutants. So such materials are being referred to as biosorbent materials. So biosorbent materials could be microorganisms, it could be plants, and bio molecules such as hydrogen and cellulose. So we have various applications of biosorption. We have heavy metal removal, pesticide remediation, and industrial effluent.
Please let me cut you there. I have a question for you.
Okay, sir.
There was a seminar presentation we had the last time, and that was why I gave you this talk to talk about. Somebody said biosorption, bioaccumulation, one involves metabolism. The other one does not involve metabolism. What do you say to that?
Biodegradation is metabolic dependent, while biosolvent is non-metabolic dependent.
Can you shed more light on that? Not metabolic dependent.
Biodegradation involves pathways, as in it involves enzymatic pathways. That is breakdown because it involves breakdown of a potential contaminant. So depending on the chemical makeup of that contaminant, it has to be broken down. And what aids the breakdown is the enzymes inherent in potential organisms that want to aid the biodegradation happen. So that makes it to be metabolically dependent because we still have other factors to be put into consideration. So that is the temperature, the concentration of the pollutant itself, so and as well as the pH is another factor as well. So
what happens?
All these are
what happens in the case of the one that is not metabolically dependent? What happens?
That's the biosorption. So that one is simply the binding of pollutants to biological materials. So for instance, in fact, it's just a bit I've not been able to share my screen. So because I have some there's dramatic illustrations to explain that. So we actually have a boundary layer in a biosolvent material. So there's a layer. So within that layer and the material to be absorbed. So we have a kind of intraparticle diffusion. So and that leads to an interaction between the and the solvent itself.
Yeah. During that presentation, I argued that why the person says not metabolically dependent. What you are explaining now, metabolic reaction is involved. I argued it.
So metabolic reaction is, as in, will only be involved in that of the degradation.
You know, I also said
metabolism.
the
example of metabolism is catabolism.
At that presentation, I also said the individual should define metabolism. Well, the group, everybody do more work on that. You are saying that one part of biodegradation is metabolically dependent, another one is not metabolically dependent. I told the individual that you read something in the book, you should be able to, not everything like that. They just say it. I'm holding on to what I learned in SS class in secondary school, in the senior class. Metabolism involves anabolism and catabolism. every living organism is carrying out a metabolic reaction. That was why I asked the individual that day that are you saying that this is being carried out by dead organisms, not living organisms? I asked. If it is done by living organisms, it's still but I don't know what exactly the metabolic reaction they are referring to. There must be more to it. That is what I was trying to let you to bring out from your presentation. So
Hello, sir.
yeah,
Hello, sir.
yes,
Hello.
yes,
And catabolism is simply breakdown of complex into simpler form. That is what we have in biodegradation,
yes. Anabolism is involved too.
and that is
Anabolism is
that.
involved. Anabolism is also involved because in the process of breakdown, the organism most times will take up the some nutrients in the process of breakdown. The organism during the breaking down will take up some nutrients, so it will build up anabolism, catabolism. So anabolism on one hand, catabolism on one hand. So it's a two-way thing.
Can I move on with the presentation?
Yes, you can.
Yes, sir. So then we have interconnections and relationship between the four concepts I'm dealing with. We have synergies. So that I mean between bioremediation, biodegradation, accumulation, and biosorption. So biodegradation enhances biosorption. So when as the biodegradation that involves the breakdown of the complex, because some of these contaminants could be cancerous, it could be difficult, there could be complex entities that is difficult to break down. So and that is why we can organism that has potential to break down such entities. So it makes it easier for it to be absorbed, as in it makes the form available in absorbable form. So also we have the bioaccumulation affects biodegradation. So when an when an when a potential when a particular pollutant accumulates build up in an organism, maybe as a result of uptake from the environment. So we could have as in, we have it build up in such organism. So if such organism has an inherent potential to break down the 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 obstacle pollutant. So it simply led to it being broken down. So in other words, bioaccumulation affects biodegradation. So then bioremediation influences bioaccumulation. So
I
when we have bioremediation,
Mrs.
that
Tomiwa,
is
Mrs. Tomiwa,
and clean up of the environment now. So it helps
Mrs.
to
Tomiwa,
reduce bioaccumulation.
Mrs. Adetomiwa.
Huh?
Yeah, we are going to